So, Lesley, can you just start off and just tell us who you are and where we are?
I'm Lesley Andrews and we're at Townend Hop Farm, Bosbury, Ledbury.
Okay. So, Lesley, can you just tell us, just give us a bit of background about how you came to be married to a hop farmer and what life's like being on the hop farm?
I've been married to Mark now for 20 years and I still feel that I'm a relatively new farmer's wife. So it was quite a shock for me to be involved in the farm, something I hadn't done before. The biggest shock really was the hours, and things can happen, usually on a Sunday, things go wrong, something wrong with the sheep. But over the years I've really become to love the way of life, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
So tell us what was life before farming then?
Before farming I worked with horses. I worked on a farm, so I thought that I would be well used to what was going to go on, but still it wasn't the same as being an actual farmer's wife. But I've got a background with event horses.
So tell us a bit about your work. So did you bring your children up on this farm then?
Yes, the children have all grown up on the farm. We've got 3 children, so they've all grown up on the farm and help out on the farm when they can.
So tell us what they kind of, what their life was like growing up as children on this farm then.
So they've had a really lovely childhood. They've had so much freedom growing up on the farm. That's one of the plus points. My daughter's been able to have her own pony. The boys have had a lot of freedom on the farm. There's a lot of space. They've all been involved with what we do, so it's kept them all busy. But just really such lovely space and such a lovely place to grow up.
So what's kind of your role really then here on the farm? Tell us a bit about what your days are on the farm.
My part of the farming business is, the main part of it is our holiday cottage, which I run that side of things. We've got one cottage which is full most of the year, so that takes up quite a bit of my time because I do it all myself. We've got an online business selling hops, decorative hops, fresh and dried, which I also do that. We've got a shop that's open in September on the farm when we're harvesting, selling fresh hop bines and dried hop bines. And then quite a big part of my job is cooking. Big family, they need to eat a lot of food. So that's a big part of my job, but luckily I love cooking. So that's quite good.
Tell us a bit about harvest time with the hops then. What's it like on the farm? Does it suddenly get busier? How many people do you have coming in, and what's the kind of life like harvest time compared to other times of the year?
So September's a really busy time for us on the farm. We have 9 extra people come and live on the farm to help us with our harvest. A Polish family that come every year and different members of their family. So on a small farm like ours, 9 extra people is a lot. They live in caravans on the farm and they have a separate kitchen and shower room, washroom and those facilities which I get ready for them. So that's a big extra job getting ready for the Polish workers to come. Everything gets really busy, the online orders. The shop's open from 10 till 6 every day, so that's extra people coming up to the farm. We have a lot of visitors. Brewers like to come and visit, see where their hops have come from. And people generally like to come along and just have a look at the harvest going on. A lot of people have worked on hop farms in the past, and so they like to come along and see what we're up to and have a look around. So it's quite busy.
So do people come? What happens when people come into the hop vine store? Do they start reminiscing with you and telling you stories? And
yes, people come along every year to get their new hop vine, and they like to tell us which farms they worked on, or their parents worked on farms and they went along as children. So we have all sorts of stories of the different goings on different farms and just the sheer amount of people in the area.
What have you heard any good stories this year, or what stories stick in your mind? You don't have to mention any names.
Oh gosh, I think that's one for Mark. He's more in touch with that sort of thing.
Okay, that's all right. So do you like this time of year, or is it too busy?
Harvest is a lovely time. We really look forward to September all through the summer. It's a culmination of 12 months' work, so we always look forward to it. But once we've been doing it for about 2 weeks, the reality of that we've probably got another 2 weeks left sets in, and we just want to keep going and get it done. But it is a lovely time of year.
Why have you got? I mean, being sort of a bit new to hops and things, why do you think people have got seem to have this strong affinity with the crop? You know, people who've picked it or grow it, they seem to have this real connection with it.
So it's a Marmite thing, they love it or hate it thing, isn't it? Really?
People seem to really kind of get a bit romantic about their hop picking days and all of that. Do you know?
I think it's childhood memories of perhaps a simpler time, when they people spent their childhood, that part of their holiday on a farm, and it would be lovely. I mean, living conditions in those days wouldn't have been great, but I think the whole team and people getting together to bringing in a crop is really lovely, and harvest that's what it's all about.
But tell us a bit about the Polish family that have been coming for a while. How long have they been coming, and who comes?
We have a Polish family that have been coming to us now for probably 8 or 9 years. We get about 4 members of the family will come in the spring to tie the hops, and then they come again in September to do the harvest, and they'll bring whatever members of their family can come, because they've got to take a month off work. So they'll gather a few extra people up, and they come every year to help us.
So what would they be doing? What are they doing the rest of the year in Poland? They're working on farms, or?
No, they tend to have perhaps factory work. One guy's a builder. I don't think any of them work on farms in Poland, but they're sort of more factory work.
So they like to. Why would they like to come here? Is it anything? Is it purely economic? Do you think? Or?
That's a big part of it, yes. They save up their holidays, and they can come here and in 4 weeks earn quite a lot of money. They tend to just work long hours, save their money, and take it all back home.
So it's similar to when people used to come from Birmingham and Wales. It was their holiday.
Yeah, a good way of topping up their income, extra income for them.
So what kind of changes have you seen? Have you been here 20 years, did you say?
We've been on this farm for 13 years, yeah. So the big changes for us on this farm are the new experimental varieties that Mark's now growing. He's been involved in the testing new varieties out on site on the farm, which he's been involved in that for 6 years now, bringing the new varieties on to a commercial size and going forward with that. And that, for us, is very exciting because it's all brand new.
That's really nice. You've got the really traditional using the donkey, and then you've got
yeah. Well, that's great. Yeah, we feel that we're at the forefront of. No, I don't want to say that because all the other farmers are going to say, don't say that. But we are.
Progressive.
Yes. We feel that we're progressive with the new planting that we've done. We've changed every variety of hop on the farm now has been changed, and as well as being progressive with the new hop plantings, we've also got the donkeys, which has taken it back to a traditional feel and using those, which is great.
So we've been given Heritage Lottery money to do this project, and we're kind of going around and collecting stories and talking to people connected with hops and things. and and it's kind of based on an archive of photographs. So there's all these beautiful photographs that aren't being seen, and all those kind of things. What do you see the value might be in that? Do you think it's an important thing to do, or do you think why they're bothering doing that? Or
I think what caught my eye was the photographs, because it's so lovely to be able to see what went on in the past, and it's important to get those out there and get them being seen, and also great to look at modern day hop farming. So it'd be a great interest to all those people that have been involved over the years.
Just tell us a little bit about that. Then you were talking about, you obviously there's a lot of machinery, and the machineries can be very dangerous and stuff. Just tell us a bit about the general kind of thing about being on a farm, and there can be that anxiety about accidents and things.
Yes, a big worry for me on the farm, especially in harvest time, is all the big tractors, all the equipment, and the hop picking machine, which is just going all day, and it's quite dangerous to be around, really. So we have to make sure everybody's well aware of what can happen, so that there's no accidents. But it does cause me a lot of anxiety when I can hear the hop picking machine going, and just say to everybody every day to please be really careful.
What about the other kind of dangers? You're talking about sort of the kilns and things are a bit of a...
Kilns are really a big worry. This kiln here where we dry our garlands is attached to the house, so we have the burner going all day. We can't leave the farm when the burners are going. We have to be here all of the time, just in case there was a problem and the kilns caught fire, which does happen quite regularly. So obviously that's quite a big worry as well. So it's quite stressful. So we use this traditional hop kiln to dry our decorative garlands. We've got the space here to bring them up onto the kiln floor and lay them out so that they can be dried still on the bine, whereas our commercial setup with the hops for brewing, the hops are actually all stripped off when they go up on the kiln. So here we can lay the hops out, dry them, and then we can get them out and store them in boxes individually, then take them down to the container where we store them for the rest of the year.
How old is it, the kiln, do you know?
This one is about 1900, and we still use it for about 2 weeks of the year.